Once in a lively forest, there lived a parrot named Polly, who loved to chatter all day long. Polly would talk to anyone and everyone birds, squirrels, even trees. However, he never listened. One day, Polly saw a wise old owl named Oliver sitting on a branch, deep in thought. Polly flew over and began talking endlessly about his shiny feathers, the weather, and even the latest forest gossip. Oliver simply nodded, saying nothing. "Why don't you talk, Oliver? Don't you have anything interesting to say?" Polly asked, annoyed. Oliver smiled and replied, "Polly, words are precious. Use them wisely and listen more. You might learn something new." Polly laughed. "Ha ha ha! Listening is boring. Talking is fun." That evening, Polly saw a group of monkeys near a mango tree. He loudly declared, "There are the sweetest mangoes up there." Hearing this, the monkeys climbed up, took all the mangoes and left nothing for Polly. Upset, Polly went back to Oliver. "Maybe I should have kept quiet," he admitted. Oliver chuckled. "Now you have learned the power of silence." From that day, Polly talked less and listened more, becoming wiser like Oliver. Moral of the story: speaking less and listening more helps you learn and avoid trouble. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest, a lazy crow named Coco loved doing nothing but eating and sleeping. One sunny day, Coco noticed a squirrel named Nibby collecting nuts and storing them in her cozy tree hole. "Why work so hard, Nibby?" Coco mocked. "The forest is full of food." Nibby smiled and replied, "Winter is coming, Coco. There won't be much food then." Coco laughed. "I will just find something. Why waste energy now?" Winter arrived sooner than expected. The forest was blanketed in snow, and food was scarce. Coco was cold and hungry, hopping from tree to tree, begging for food. When Coco reached Nibby's tree, she saw Nibby enjoying her nuts, warm and happy. Coco pleaded, "Nibby, can I have some nuts? I am starving." Nibby shared a handful but said, "Coco, next time remember the importance of hard work. It saves you from trouble." Coco nodded, feeling both full and foolish. From that day, Coco began collecting food like Nibby, and they became the best of friends. Moral of the story: laziness can lead to trouble, but hard work and planning always pay off. In the green fields of Bunnyville, Benny the bunny was known for being lazy. While other bunnies hopped and worked, Benny spent his time napping under a tree. One day, the Bunny Council announced a carrot race. The winner will get a golden carrot, they declared. Excited, Benny sighed up but didn't practice like the others. Why bother? He said. I am naturally fast. On the race day, the bunnies lined up, ready to run. The whistle blew and off they went. Benny started strong but quickly got tired. I'll just rest a bit, he thought, sitting under a shady tree. Meanwhile, the other bunnies kept hopping steadily. By the time Benny woke up, they were far ahead. Panicking, he hopped as fast as he could, but it was too late. Daisy, the hard-working bunny, had already crossed the finish line and won the golden carrot. Benny felt embarrassed but learned his lesson. He congratulated Daisy and said, "You deserve it. Hard work always beats laziness." From that day, Benny started practicing and became one of the fastest bunnies in Bunnyville. Moral of the story: hard work and steady effort always lead to success. Laziness won't get you anywhere. In a lush green forest lived a greedy snake named Shankar. He loved eating and always thought, "The more I eat, the better." One day, he saw a line of ants carrying food to their home. Shankar thought, "These tiny ants are carrying so much food. If I eat all of it, it will be so much fun." The ants were clever. They placed their food outside their home and hid. Shankar slithered over and gobbled up all the food in one go. But soon his stomach felt heavy and he was in great pain. The ants came out and said, "Brother Shankar, eating more than needed always causes trouble." Groaning in pain, Shankar replied, "Now I understand. Greed is a terrible thing." From that day, Shankar ate only as much as he needed. Moral of the story: too much greed always leads to trouble. Kids laughed at Shankar's antics and learned that contentment is the greatest treasure. Once upon a time, a little boy named Arav wandered into a dense jungle while chasing a butterfly. The trees grew taller and darker, and soon he realized he was lost. Staying calm, Arav tied his handkerchief to a branch to make sure his location, thinking it might help him find his way back. As he tried to retrace his steps, he heard a hissing sound. A long, slithering snake appeared from the bushes, its eyes fixed on him.
Arav quickly looked around and spotted a large tree with shiny green leaves. To his surprise, the tree spoke. "Climb onto me quickly," it said. Arav didn't hesitate. Using his vines and knots in the trunk, he climbed up. When the snake reached the base of the tree, Arav noticed it kept circling, trying to climb. "Throw my fruits at the snake," the tree suggested. Arav picked the heaviest fruits and carefully aimed for the snake's head. But the snake didn't give up. Arav got another idea. He used the sticky sap from the tree's bark to cover the fruits and threw them farther away. The snake, distracted by the sweet scent, slithered off after them. Arav thanked the tree and marked its location with stones. Later, he found his way home by following the handkerchief trail he had left. That day, Arav learned an important lesson. Quick thinking and staying calm in danger can turn challenges into victories. The speaking tree smiled, knowing it had helped a truly clever boy.
In the heart of Moonlight Woods, a bustling community of animals thrived peacefully. But one eerie night, strange footprints appeared near the great oak tree, sending whispers of worry through the forest. Ravi, the rabbit, known for his cleverness, gathered his friends, Mickey the mongoose, Tara the tortoise, and Chiku the owl. "We need to solve this mystery before sunrise," declared Ravi. The friends followed the glowing footprints which led them to the creek. Chiku, with her sharp eyes, spotted a shiny, half-buried object in the mud. "It's a key!" she hooted. The footprints continued into the dark, whispering caves, where Tara bravely used her shell to push open a creaky old door. Inside, they discovered a hidden stash of glittering objects, stolen berries, shiny pebbles, and feathers. Suddenly, a shadow leapt from the corner. It was Sly, the fox, startled and caught red-handed. "But why?" Ravi asked. Sly hung his head, admitting he wanted to build the forest's prettiest nest to feel included. The friends forgave him and decided to work together to build a community treasure chest, reminding everyone that friendship and kindness are the greatest treasures of all. The forest never slept the same way again, united and fearless. On a quiet moonlight night, a little crow named Kiki gazed at the glittering stars. "I want to touch the stars," she thought, her heart brimming with determination. The next day, Kiki shared her dream with her friends. "You will never make it," chirped the sparrow. "The stars belong to the sky, not to us," squawked the owl. But Kiki was undeterred.
That evening, she flapped her wings with all her might, flying higher than she ever had. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind blew her into a strange place, a forest of glowing, floating flowers. Are these stars? She wondered. The flowers whispered, "We are not stars, but we glow to guide dreamers like you." Inspired, Kiki flew further. Higher and higher she climbed until she met a mischievous firefly who claimed, "I can take you to the stars if you follow me." Trusting the firefly, Kiki followed, only to find herself back at the ground. "I tricked you. Stars aren't for crows," laughed the firefly before buzzing away. Exhausted but not defeated, Kiki tried one last time. This time, the moon smiled and said, "Kiki, you may not touch the stars, but look at your journey. You have flown higher and inspired others to dream. Isn't that shining brightly enough?" Kiki looked around and saw her friends cheering her bravery. She realized she didn't need to touch the stars. She was already one in her own way. Moral of the story? Dreams may not always come true the way we imagine, but the effort, discoveries, and inspiration we create along the way make us shine just as brightly.
In a bustling forest, Sammy the squirrel was famous for one thing: forgetting everything. He would forget where he kept his nuts, his favorite tree, and even his own tail once. One day, Sammy stumbled upon a shiny golden acorn. A tiny voice inside the acorn said, "Plant me, and I'll grow into a magical tree that grants wishes." Excited, Sammy hurried to plant it. But, as usual, he forgot where he buried it. Sammy searched everywhere, asking the birds, rabbits, and even the grumping hedgehog. But no one knew. Weeks passed and Sammy felt sad. Then, one morning, a golden tree sprouted near Sammy's favorite tree. The tree said, "Sammy, I grew myself because I saw how hard you were looking for me." Sammy cheered and made his first wish. "I wish to never forget things again." From that day on, Sammy remembered everything and even helped his friends keep track of their stuff. Moral of the story? Being forgetful can be funny, but putting effort into fixing your mistakes can lead to magical outcomes. Kids giggled at Sammy's forgetfulness, but learned the importance of trying their best to solve problems, no matter how tricky they seem. In a lush valley surrounded by snow-capped mountains, little Ria lived with her grandmother. She loved exploring the woods near her home. One day,
she heard a soft cry and discovered a shimmering white dragon trapped under a fallen tree. The dragon, named Snowy, had gleaming scales and kind blue eyes. Rhea used all her strength and wit to free Snowy, who was eternally grateful. From that day, they became inseparable. Snowy could fly over clouds and breathe frost that created sparkling icelets. But one day, strange marks began appearing in the village, burnt crops and footprints much larger than Snowy's. The villagers grew scared and blamed Snowy, thinking he was a dangerous dragon. Rhea knew Snowy was innocent. Together, they decided to find the real culprit. After days of searching, they discovered a fiery red dragon named Blaze, causing the damage. Blaze was angry because his home had been destroyed by a storm, and he felt no one cared. Rhea, with Snowy's help, approached Blaze. "If we help you rebuild your home, will you stop harming the village?" she asked. Touched by her kindness, Blaze agreed. Snowy and Blaze worked together to repair the village and Blaze's home. The villagers apologized to Snowy and welcomed both dragons. Snowy taught Blaze the importance of kindness, and Blaze shared his warmth during cold winters. Moral of the story? Understanding others' pain and helping them can transform even the fiercest hearts. In the lively forest of Funland lived a clever fox named Foxy, who loved pancakes more than anything. One day, Foxy sniffed a delicious smell wafting through the air. He followed his nose and discovered Chef Bunny making pancakes for a forest party. Foxy's mouth watered. But he wasn't invited. Foxy hatched a plan. He disguised himself as a pancake inspector. "I am here to check your pancakes for quality," he announced confidently. Chef Bunny, suspicious but polite, handed him a pancake. Foxy gobbled it up. Tasty, but I need more for a thorough inspection." Chef Bunny smiled slyly and offered a giant pancake with sticky honey. Foxy grabbed it eagerly, but the honey made his paws stick. As Foxy tried to escape, the other animals surrounded him, laughing. "Nice try, Foxy," Chef Bunny said. Embarrassed, Foxy apologized for his trick. The animals forgave him and invited him to the party, where he ate pancakes the right way, with friends. Moral of the story? Honesty is the best policy, and sharing with others brings more happiness than sneaky tricks.